to Shot for Shot, a Alien Happy Hour presentation. It's a show where myself, Taylor, and my good friend Burge are gonna, talk about some predictions for some movies that we don't really have much of an idea what they're gonna be about, and they're gonna be movies that are coming out here, currently contemporary movies. We're not gonna make predictions on, Citizen Kane. There's an added wrinkle where, because it's called Shot for Shot, we're going to be taking shots every episode through the whole thing. So today's show, we're talking about the movie Dunkirk that's coming out, the new Christopher Nolan one, and then we're also going to talk about Despicable Me 3,
Okay.
and it was not my idea that we do that.
That was actually my idea. I was given a list of movies and I chose that because I've never watched any of those fucking movies before.
Okay, so because we're doing that, because in the trailer for Dunkirk there's like a ticking clock in the background, and because it's Despicable Me 3, we're going to be taking these shots every 3 minutes.
Yep.
And our trusty production man is going to give us a timer so that we don't lose track of everything. And so first we're going to talk about Dunkirk, but first we need to start imbibing.
As soon as we take these, start the clock.
Banana.
Let's go.
I'm actually going to ask you guys to take one more shot because it just came to my attention as Invisible Producer Man that George A. Romero has passed away, and I think you guys owe him a shot.
We need to pour one out for him.
Yeah, no, that
into your glass and take a shot.
Why are you telling me this while we're fucking
You're just
filming?
stressing him.
I'm very stressed out.
Take
now.
a shot for George. He's a
Jesus
legend. He's a
Christ.
fucking
no,
legend.
Yeah, he is. Fucking Christ.
No, it's really sad, legitimately.
I'm a horror junkie. This is actually really fucking sad.
He's gonna be talking about Despicable Me and like crying.
I guess now he's the living dead that they were talking
Shut
about.
the fuck up and just drink. To George.
Banana.
Alright.
Now we gotta go.
So, from what I can tell from the trailer for Dunkirk, I mean, I know it's the new Christopher Nolan movie.
Okay, I know nothing besides that he's directing it. I don't know what a fucking Dunkirk is.
So you haven't seen the trailer or anything like that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, it looks like some sort of war movie, like World War II, and it has to do with guys on boats and like some battle where the Nazis, I don't know, bomb the shit out of England.
Okay.
And then a bunch of fishers go out and they have like...
So does this take place like all on the boat?
No, it's like there's like
Okay.
There's like warships that are in the Battle of Dunkirk and everything. I don't even know what the Battle of Dunkirk is, but there's like soldiers in there. Their boat gets bombed, and then like Cillian Murphy hops aboard some fisherman's boat, and he's like, "No, you're going back," and he is gonna take him back. I don't know. My best guess on this is that what's gonna happen is it's going to be a movie about the bravery of mankind, and the lowly civilians and fishermen show their true colors and as brave people to help fight the Nazis and everything like that.
Yeah, I'm calling it. They're on a boat. It's World War II. It's Nazi Jaws.
Nazi Jaws.
Nazi Jaws. It's gonna be sharks with like Harry Potter style. They got the swastika like carved into their fucking foreheads.
Yeah. They have lasers on their head too.
They got lasers on their head too.
Right.
And Cillian Murphy is gonna have like a fucking minigun on this fisherman boat. He's gonna be mowing down Nazi sharks for like 3 hours.
It's also got Mark Rylance, who was the spy man in that wonderful movie Bridge of Spies.
I never saw that actually.
It wasn't wonderful. It was so boring.
That doesn't surprise me.
Like, part of me thinks that
didn't the Coen brothers do that?
They
wrote it. Okay, they wrote it. Okay.
Or it might have just been one of the Coen brothers who wrote it. But, like, from what I can see, it just looks like your typical war movie, but it is directed by Christopher Nolan, which, like, makes me think
that, it gives it something, like, so... I always loved Cillian Murphy. Maybe I'll see this. Maybe.
He's like I have a prediction about his character, that his character...
He's been a Nazi all along?
Has been a Nazi all along. No, that he's going to spread fear gas to all the other soldiers, and that's why they're so scared of bombs.
That didn't know all World War II is that he spread fear gas before this even happened. And so World War II was nothing but like this fear hallucination.
Yeah, it never happened.
World War II never happened. You heard it first.
Yeah.
World War II never happened.
Yeah. But my prediction for... Okay, that's our timer.
This one is also for George, by the way, so...
For George.
All of these are for George.
banana,
Alright.
So, my prediction for his character, before you interrupted me,
Sorry.
is that I think his character's probably going to have this whole thing where, because in the trailer, he, like, hops on board, and Mark Rylance is like, you're going back to the battle, and he's like, we can't go back there, we'll die. And I think it's going to be like he doesn't want to go back, and then he has some sort of character arc where it's like, I know what it means to be a true hero now, and I'm willing to fight. And then he probably gets like blown up by a bomb. And then it shows like a flashback, and then it shows not a flashback. It shows a cut to like his wife is at home throughout the whole movie probably.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, my heart hurts. And it's like you finally find out like what his name was, because it'll go nameless through the whole movie so far. It'll go back and he's like, you know, and she'll like hold her like their like newborn son or something like that, and she's like, someday you'll be as great as your father, Edward Crane. So since it's Christopher Nolan, there has to be like a bunch of complicated plot stuff, even though it's just a war movie.
There's going to be a ship in it that's constantly spinning, and if it stops spinning, then we're in reality and the fear gas is worn off. That's a prediction. That's a prediction. If it keeps spinning, then they're still under the effects of the fear gas.
That's a prediction. One of the ships is going to keep spinning, and that fake World War II gas that clogged all our memories, it's going to keep on spinning.
It's going to keep spinning until you break it. Then it stops spinning. Everyone who's on the ship...
And then the ship goes in the water, and that's like their whole signal thing or whatever, where they all wake up from the dream. And then they like all have their memories wiped too.
That sounds about right.
So,
dude, this sounds like a great war movie.
But really though, I think like there's probably going to be something more complicated in the plot, that just because it's Christopher Nolan and he always does something a little bit more complicated than just like your straightforward, this is a war movie, this is a whatever movie. Like you think of The Prestige, Memento, like all the Dark Knight movies, they all have something going on, and I have a feeling... Alright.
To George.
banana,
Like, no, this does sound... I mean, because with Nolan, he always does take what could be, like with any other director, more of a... not simple premise, but... he does know how to take things like that extra mile.
The story's going to be a little bit more complicated.
Which, with a World War II movie, which we've seen,
yeah,
over like 3 dozen fucking times.
It's like there's the bad guys, here's the good guys, and it's also this like is the perfect like subject matter that lends itself to Christopher Nolan, just because he makes movies that are built on tension.
Oh yeah, and this, I mean, because I've never seen the fucking trailer, but this sounds like a story of like isolation for Cillian Murphy almost.
Right, it's supposed to. I mean, it's a big spectacle. There's other like stars in the movie that aren't with him. This is just like the main part that sticks out to me in the trailer is Cillian Murphy and Mark Rylance.
Yeah.
But like it's a big. It's supposed to be like a big budget. Like this is a summer blockbuster film.
Yeah.
So
well, and this actually, I mean, again, I know nothing about this. It sounds fucking cool. I don't know if I'll go see it because I hate going to the movie theater, but
awesome.
I'll see it eventually. I see movies like 3 years after they come out. So
well, that's
get back to me in about 3 years, and I'll give you my opinions on it.
Once it's on Netflix.
Yeah, once it's on Netflix. Once I can go get it out of fucking Redbox.
Yeah. That's our predictions on... That's what's going to happen in Dunkirk.
That is Dunkirk. Fear gas, Nazi sharks, Inception, Dunkirk. My pick, we get Despicable Me 3. Okay, so I got my predictions for this one. So the minion population at this point has grown out of control, and Groot doesn't know how to like contain all of them.
Okay.
And so he builds like this island for all the minions where they can live peacefully. Alright, we gotta take a shot before I can continue.
By the way, these are my favorite shot glasses ever.
Oh yeah, I got
they're
Boo on
Cell
mine.
and Majin Buu.
I got Majin Buu on mine.
Yeah.
Oh, that fucker. I want cookies now.
banana,
So Groot has sent all the minions to this island because within his laboratory he just doesn't have enough room anymore to keep like the constant spawning. It's like rabbits, fucking rabbits, fucking rabbits, fucking rabbits.
Are we gonna have minions fucking in this movie?
Again, I've never seen this movie, so I've just always assumed they fuck like rabbits.
The minion centipede?
Ex-
Are we gonna get a daisy chain?
No, but then there's one minion especially. We'll call her Daisy Minion, who Groot's always had his eyes on. For some reason, she's different from all the other minions.
Okay.
And like Groot has like this like secret romance with her. It's very like it's very innocent. It is very innocent. Like there's no like he's not like going into her room at night like
He thinks she's cute. He sends
Yeah.
her little notes under the
he
desk.
sends her little
and
notes.
everything.
Not going to his room or into her room at night, fucking like putting a finger over her butthole or anything. He thinks that she's the cutest of all the minions, and so he's very hesitant to put her on the island because he's very worried that like one of the other minions, like she might be courted by one of the other minions. And so he wants to hold her back, but then a lot of the other minions are like, why are you holding her back? Like, why can't the rest of us stay?
Right.
And he's forced to come forward about his feelings. And the minions are outraged by this because a human minion like relationship is like unheard of. It's just
Right, they're discriminating. The other minions are discriminating towards it.
Exactly.
Just because Gru's a human and she's a minion.
Exactly,
Like,
and they're like
it's a new age interracial.
and they're like, this is
relationship.
despicable me.
Where'd the me come from?
You have to put the name of the movie in.
They're saying it's despicable to me.
To me.
Except for minions can't
But the
actually
two is kind of
talk.
in parentheses.
Right. So it's both Despicable Me 2 and Despicable Me 3 are in
Yes.
the same movie. Despicable 2 Me 3.
And so we get this scene of Daisy Minion. She's finally gonna leave. She's on the boat, and I've never seen Casablanca, but there's that whole scene with her getting on the plane, and we kind of get that. But then like they fuck, and then Daisy Minion goes to the island, and then we get the credits, and then we get like those like Marvel bullshit post credits things. And it's Daisy Minion having her child that is a human minion crossbreed. And then we set up for minions
And
versus humans.
the doctor has an eye patch.
Yeah.
It's like Minion Nick Furry. Minion Nick Furry.
You can borrow this one.
Send in your fan art of Nick Furry.
This starts the... cheers. George.
banana,
This will start the crossover between the Minions and the Incredibles. Because
The Incredible Minions.
the Incredible
Where all the minions have superpowers and they all fuck each other and procreate and they make their own little superpowered children just like the Incredibles.
Well, through incest, yes. But there's this new minion that was created through Groot and Daisy Minion that has, it's like a chemical build, makes it to be more super powerful than all the others. And the Incredibles catch wind of this, and so they need to go to Minion Island to try and stop them from creating a race that would take out the human race.
Okay.
So that's coming in 2023.
when they get their little minion island. I figured what you were doing is the minion population was the way you were going with it was the minion population was going to get really big, so they herd them all into an island, and Groot just fires a laser onto the island and just murders them all.
Groot. The thing is, Groot like
one can dream.
Groot's a compassionate motherfucker, and Daisy Minion's living on the island. He's not gonna kill Daisy Minion.
Why is her name Daisy?
I don't know. Her name's just Daisy Minion. I've never watched any of these
Her first name is
movies
Daisy
before.
and her last name is Minion.
I've never watched any of these fucking movies before.
I have watched one of these movies before. And the Minions are just like little helpers for Gru. And Gru is like he's supposed to be. It's Gru.
It's Groot.
It's Groot.
It's Groot.
So Groot is like a villain or whatever. He's like take over the world type of evil genius, and it's about him like adopting these 3 little girls and becoming a good guy basically. I have seen the trailer. I hardly remember it.
Okay, then
he gets kicked out of the league of villains.
This makes sense then. He's grown too close to them. He doesn't want to see them destroyed, but he doesn't know where else to put them, so he puts them on this island.
Except for Daisy.
He ends up putting Daisy on the island because if he doesn't put Daisy on the island, then we're gonna have an upheaval with the other minions. Because why doesn't she go to the island?
Right. He gets to be the king and she gets to be the queen.
Exactly, but at the same time, Groot can't really go to the island because he works, 3 to 11 at 7-Eleven. And so it just doesn't work out. You gotta be serving slushies, man.
Oh my god. There's gonna be a Minion banana flavor. So who's our extra suitor?
It's fucking Cartman, okay? And he's on this whole tirade about when he was doing a border patrol in South Park, and he wants to keep Daisy Minion from coming back into the United States.
I don't even know what you're talking about anymore.
This was, I think, season 19 or 18 to George.
To George.
Banana.
But he's trying to keep Daisy from coming back into the United States with Groot. Because
she doesn't have her papers.
No, she doesn't have her papers. They
Okay.
were never given papers because they are, these manufactured beings.
Yeah.
So there's no
So it's going to be a movie that also is going to explore the idea of are they people or are they things?
Exactly. And so
Cartman, it's like slavery all over.
And so Cartman's you can't get into our fucking country. You're just a fucking minion. And so then Groot has he meets Cartman on top of a fucking abandoned tower in fucking in somewhere in Florida. I don't know Florida. Florida's the worst state in the United States. But they meet on top of this tower, and Groot's the minions will enter the United States, and Cartman's fuck you, they'll never enter the United States because they're not fucking Americans. And they're beyond Americans. They are minions.
Amazing.
And so Groot fucking chops Cartman's head off, which is why we're not getting a season 21 of South Park. And
I didn't realize that South Park now crossed into the Despicable Me.
Oh, dude, I have
universe.
so there's a whole Disney Marvel bullshit universe. I have my Despicable Me, South Park, Simpsons, Happy Tree Friends, Hannah Montana,
Paul
Blart, Steven Universe. Dude, I got a whole fucking universe for you.
Well, golly, you need to get that stuff made because I want to see that.
Yo, I need a paycheck.
That's what's gonna happen if you caught all that. That's what's gonna happen in Despicable Me 3.
That is Despicable.
It's a love story between Groot and Daisy Minion.
Daisy Minion. Yeah.
And there's a whole philosophical argument about whether or not minions are people.
And you got Cartman being a fucking asshole.
And Cartman being a fucking asshole.
So that's Despicable Me.
That's Despicable Me 3. That's what's gonna happen. Check this video back in 3 years when you finally watch it on Netflix.
Go watch it.
Movie theaters are dying everywhere. I'm very interested to hear.
Dumbledore dies at the end. Yeah, he's been dead for like 6 years though, hasn't he?
Dumbledore? He died before like the first couple, or like the last couple of Harry Potter movies, I thought.
Oh shit, he's been dead. So yeah, Dumbledore fucking dead. And who is currently dead? George.
Banana.
Thank you for watching.
That was shot by shot for shot. That was shot for shot. Check out our other stuff on Alien Happy Hour, where we make other stupid videos.